I'm David Gura.
And I'm Bonnie Quinn.
After answering questions on the economy and monetary policy for 2 days, Fed Chair Janet Yellen has wrapped up her semi-annual testimony before Congress. Joining us now is a member of the House Financial Services Committee, Congressman Brad Sherman, Democrat of California. Congressman Sherman, thank you very much for being with us today. I wanted to ask you about the Fed's dual mandate and what side of it you're most concerned with right now.
Well, right now, I'm most concerned about jobs and a healthy economy. Inflation is not the problem, but every time I go home to my district, you meet people who are unable to get a job that pays much more than minimum wage. We need to create so many jobs that there is a labor shortage, and it drives wages up. The idea that people who have that we have a low unemployment rate, that just is masked by low labor participation rates.
Well, so how would you characterize the performance of the economy, the health of the economy, Congressman? Are you satisfied with it?
We're crawling out finally of a deep canyon on our bellies at the speed at which somebody crawls. We need to be robust, and we need to see the Fed. I was disappointed to see them increase their interest rates, and hopefully they'll announce that they're not going to have, or they're unlikely to have, additional increases this year.
Well,
businesses need to know that the economy is going to go forward and that the Fed has its foot on the accelerator.
Well, in fact, they didn't increase at the most recent meeting, and odds have been shuffling around a little bit, and now they're not looking to be increased much the rest of the year. In fact, we'll pull up WARP on the terminal and actually tell you exactly the next increase, not even in December, not even in February. But Janet Yellen yesterday to the Senate said that she was disappointed that central bankers were having to shoulder most of the weight of stimulating growth, and that fiscal policymakers like yourself should do more. What could you do? What would you want to do?
Well, I'd like to see us build infrastructure in this country. It's an investment in the future. You hate to see us increase the debt, but if you bequeath your children good harbors, good rail transportation, good highways, the fact that you're also bequeathing them a bit more debt seems to make sense. We'd be putting a lot of Americans to work if we would just build what we need to build.
Congressman Sherman, both of the presumptive nominees here for president have been talking about the economy yesterday, and today Donald Trump, speaking in New York this morning, talked about trade. Let's hear a bit of what he had to say.
If she is elected president, she will adopt the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and we will lose millions of jobs and our economic independence for good. She'll do this, and just as she has betrayed the American worker on trade at every single stage of her career, and it will be even worse than the Clintons' NAFTA deal, and I never thought it could get worse than that.
On the issue of trade, is this something with which you agree with Donald Trump?
Well, this is a case where I agree with Hillary Clinton, who also agrees with Donald Trump, and that is we should not ratify and adopt the Trans-Pacific Partnership. We need instead deals that will reduce our trade deficit and that are not, especially not ones where we have a, quote, free trade agreement with a communist country like Vietnam, where the interest rates, the wage rates can be as low as 50 cents an hour. There's just no way for American workers to compete. And then you say we're going to have access to Vietnam's free markets. Well, they don't have freedom and they don't have markets, so you don't get access to anything at all except cheap labor, which may help some profits, but certainly doesn't help American workers. I think that Hillary understands and has come out. Not only has she come out against TPP, she's come out against considering TPP during the lame duck session, which is the only device or ruse that could be used to get Congress to pass it. If we vote on it in an ordinary time, we will vote it down.
Just a quick question here about guns. Your colleague John Lewis on the floor of the House this morning leading a protest, calling for a vote in the House. Is that a protest movement you intend to join?
I did join it just before I was on the air with you. No bill, no break. Congress shouldn't be going home without acting on the need for common sense gun control.
All right, Congressman Sherman, thank you very much for your time today. That's Congressman Brad Sherman, Democrat of California, member of the House.